Good morning for you, afternoon. Well, I like to do this little fun thing. It's just a rapid round, just to break the ice. What is your favorite color?
Obviously, black.
What is your favorite food?
Scandinavian waffles.
What is a Scandinavian waffle?
It's crispy waffle, warm but close to the Belgian style, if you know those.
What's your favorite animal?
Dog.
How many vests do you own?
Maybe 4 or 5.
What's your favorite YouTube channel?
I don't know, actually.
The Sabaton History channel?
Yeah, it would be one if I wanted to plug myself. I was trying not to be so obvious. Historical channels to, Veritasium, the Royal Institution, I will say. The Royal Institution in London has an amazing YouTube channel with a lot of lectures uploaded.
What is your favorite genre of music other than metal?
Classical, I think. I think there's so much to learn. I think if we go with composer instead of, say, Johann Sebastian Bach, because whenever I listen to him, I feel like I'm so overwhelmed by his capabilities as a musician and as a composer or songwriter. It feels wrong to call him a songwriter. In every piece of music I hear, it's like, what? Wait. What's the mechanics? What did he do there? There's so much advanced stuff that sounds simple, but, like, ooh, wait.
What's your favorite band that you're listening to right now?
That would be Bach as well, actually, but not band. But the latest I listened to was Battle Beast, Finnish metal band. I really like them.
Do you watch Sabaton reactions?
I do, actually, because obviously the lovely algorithms, me checking out what we have done as well, gives me suggestions on Sabaton reactions. And there are a few that are really good at it, and I might learn something from what they say or the comments. And also there are some that are so genuine, somebody who's just a fan and really speaks their mind. That's really, helpful and valuable for us to know. And I'm genuinely interested in finding out, But then there are those who are only doing it to sort of, boost their own channel and get clicks without even, having any input or just pretending to be surprised even though they've seen the video and 15 times have already written the script.
Where is your favorite place to write lyrics?
In the car. I can listen to the music, but I can't sit down and write, so I can't get writer's block now, can I?
How often do you study history to, get the juices flowing in the lyrics? Like, how do you intertwine that, get that, meshed together perfectly?
I'm still working out how to do it. It feels like. To be honest, it's like, how often do I sit down and study history? As in study, because I have to, only when I'm writing lyrics. But how often do I read about history or see documentaries about history? And then the answer is daily.
Is your favorite English word moist?
No.
We have a lot of Babymetal fans on our channel, and you worked with Babymetal.
Omaginai.
How did that happen? How did that come about?
Simply, we were going to tour with them in Japan a couple of years back. And before we went on tour, they wanted me to join them on stage for another song, I think it was. I can't remember which one it was. But they were sort of doing a thank you for us and the other band who was there. And they invited us on stage, did a cool stage entrance,
I saw the one with Darth Vader coming out and...
the bazooka and the cigar.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. And it puts me out of my comfort zone in a bit because they wanted it. Can you do harder? I'm like, I'm not sure if I can sing at the show tomorrow, but
I heard that story on our channel. They were saying that they asked you to keep going harder and harder.
Like, harder! I'm like, yeah, okay. It feels like I was doing a folk version of the Trooper with my mouth,
I remember hearing the song and just like, oh my God, he's going so hard on that song right now. And then you repeat the same thing over and over again. I
didn't know what they were looking for, but in a sense, they wanted more takes, so I figured, why not? It was a lot of fun to do, and I learned something from it. It's not going to take me a huge amount of time. They gave me the video and the lyrics. I'm at least a little bit aware of what I'm doing. Otherwise, they're like, okay, let's do this part. They play it to me, and I sing along. We talk about what I'm going to do, and then I do it again. And then when we know what they want, we just do takes until they're happy, basically. And always doing something like that's not your own thing is hugely rewarding in that sense. I always learn something.
Did you ever keep in contact with them afterwards or talk about doing other songs?
Yeah. We talked about a lot of different things behind the scenes, sort of, so to speak. We are in touch, but I know Key and Per are talking about different and fun things. But since we haven't announced anything or yet, and with the pandemic, it's really thrown a wrench into any plans even the best planners can do. So at this moment, a lot of things are up in the air that we would like to share with pretty much everyone, but we can't,
I'm still trying to learn how to keep my mouth shut about plans, because I've definitely learned saying things too early is a big mistake.
Oh, yes.
You've ever made that mistake, like where you announce something too early?
On a fucking daily basis.
How much Japanese music do you listen to?
Yeah, ex-Japan. Back in the day, actually, we listened to that quite a lot. Some of the people who were in Sabaton at the time were listening to ex-Japan, and I think it was really good music, actually. Some of what they do is a little bit, culturally, what's okay for them to do in metal might not be okay for the average European, at least, true metalhead. However, I think there's enough conservatism in heavy metal. So it's good that, it's only those who do something new that are going to push things forward. Even though we might not be the ones doing it, we are heavily rooted in classic 80s hard rock metal traditions and, sort of carry that tradition further. But we do our own twist on things. And of course, there's our identity in that too. But I don't have a problem, as some people do, with bands doing different things or going out of what's expected, which I would say Babymetal really is, by default, only by the visual thing and the name and the way they play the music. I know a lot of people who didn't even give them a chance,
When you heard the word Babymetal, what was the first thought that went through your head?
Well, I can't tell you it gave me positive vibe. That'd be lying,
I thought it was a genre of music.
For me, it was just weird, but then I figured out it was a Japanese thing, and I was like, okay.
What I love about you guys, because of all the history stuff, I actually enjoy your history channel more than anything.
Thanks. I think the history part is kind of, important what we do, and it's the heavy metal song format of 3.5 minutes music. It's impossible to tell the whole story. It's only interesting if you already sort of have some relationship to the story already. So I think it's a good compliment to have both the history channel and do the music,
I've talked about it on my channel already about how you guys have like such a brilliant marketing also, like with the way that you guys go about the whole history thing. Then you have the video games that go with the history. I'm like, this band has it down.
It looks like a grand master plan, if you look at it now, but everything kind of like, how about we make the next album about military history? And that sort of happened, and it came organically. Luckily, we came into a subject, because, songs about history already made sense for us, because writing lyrics before that was a necessary evil. All of a sudden, we were writing about something that was interesting to us and we were passionate about. Yeah. And that interest sort of fed itself in some kind of weird infinity loop that ended up with us being a band singing only about military history. It wasn't the idea to begin with. However, with doing that, of course, we are going to be open up for very natural cooperation with video games, because there's a lot of video games about military history or warfare or whatever. It's lucky in that sense we ended up where we actually want to be 20 years later.
I know. I was thinking about that too. You guys started in 1999. I didn't realize it was that far back. So 22 years.
We started out pretty young and managed to stay together, which is something I think
that's amazing.
A lot of younger bands forget. I'm not bashing any newcomer bands here, but rather giving friendly advice, is that I've seen a lot, not all of them, but met a lot of bands around the world. And a lot of musicians, and I've seen so many times people have explained that they've been working with this band for that many years and that band for that many years, and then they left because nothing happened. And I was with that band for 3 years, but they never got anywhere, so I left. And I was with this band for 5 years and nothing happened. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. Well, I think you're looking at it for the wrong. Find the band with the people you want to be with and plays the music you want to do. It doesn't matter if it takes you 3 or 8 years to start getting somewhere, because everybody's shit in the beginning as musicians, as entertainers on stage. But if you're at least there, you're going to be doing it for a couple of years. Make sure you're having fun. And if everybody is on the same page and having equally fun with the right people and doing what you love now and hopefully love down the line, it won't feel like work,
Man, this is like really good advice to hear right now. I just actually had a member leave the band because I'm in a band, Dicodec, right now. And it was kind of the same kind of thing, not falling out of love with doing it.
So it's important not only have this discussion when you're drunk and 21, you know, and then never revisit that again, but almost on a yearly or basis talk of where do we want to be, are we doing what we want to do, you know, so you don't end up in a situation like we did where we found out almost at the edge of breaking up that some people, everybody wanted to play music, but some people wanted to keep it as a side hobby, and me and Pat wanted to, you know, push all on forward because that's what we said we had been working for, and the other guys had just been tagging along, forgot to tell us that maybe they didn't want to do more than 60 shows per year, you know, and we've been working towards different things.
Who started the band? Was it you and a group of guys, or?
Well, I was in school with a guy. We were playing on lunch break, basically, music together because we like the same music. He started playing with some guys, which turned out to have some who were later in Sabaton. And it turned out that I was writing music. None of them were. They wanted a keyboard player. That's how I got into the band, as a keyboard player. And they told me, you'll sing until we find a singer. Lazy bastards. And we ended up with a situation where we found out that our band name, and this is, you know, several member changes later, we found out that the name we had at the time, Aeon, was busy or taken already. So we all gave ourselves homework that we would come back with a suggestion for a band name for next week's rehearsal or whatever. And it turned out everyone else forgot or didn't do it. So I had my suggestion, which was Sabaton, and then we adopted that. But from those days, if you know what I mean, that's only me and Pat left.
What would you like everybody to know on our channel that is just discovering you guys for the first time? What's coming new from you guys?
Well, at the moment, and the reason we're speaking right now is to promote an album called The War to End All Wars that'll be released on the 4th of March in all different editions, even cassettes, which makes me very happy. It's the first time we ever got to release a cassette tape. I would like to ask whoever is watching or listening to this to check out some songs on a favorite streaming platform or some videos. We have released 2 songs from that album. They're called Christmas Truce and Soldier of Heaven already, and by the time the album is released there will be 2 more videos and singles released.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Peace out. Stay safe.
Thank you for watching, everybody. I just want to tell you real quick, we have a new podcast called Dicodec. The full entire interview is going to be on there in the future. Link is down below in the description. If you want to check it out ahead of time, go ahead and go to our Patreon. It helps support the channel directly. If you just want to hang out with us and talk with an amazing music community, go ahead and join our Discord community, because I will be adding lessons and stuff like that in there for guitar, piano, bass, all that good stuff. With that being said, I hope you enjoy it. We have more to come. Looking forward to our Ladybeard one next. See you all then. Peace out. See you.